Hi. So I just wanted to do a quick video for you in case you either missed class on October 27th or 28th, or you were having internet problems and your internet kind of cut out. So I'm going to be emailing this to you, and I'm also going to be posting it on daily class plans with links so you can come back and see it if you need to. So in class, the first thing that I did is we talked about um, the change from we were planning on going hybrid on November 4th, and now we are no longer doing that. We're staying digital. If you have questions about that, please email me. I just wanted to make sure that everyone was aware of it because I only actually find out these things maybe a little bit before you guys do. Like in this case, I think I found out last Friday, and you guys found out maybe over the weekend. So I just wanted to see if anyone had any questions and kind of clarify things for you. So do not come to school on November 4th. We are not back to hybrid. We are still digital. The district is going to try to move in that direction in the future, but we don't know. It just depends what the Illinois Department of Public Health says as far as what's safe for kids and what's not. Okay. Then we took a look at the assignment, which was looking at Barack Obama and Donald Trump's announcement speeches for presidency. And I kind of like had people share information that they got from their own speeches. I told you to make a copy and put notes on it. And I said, while we're doing this, you should take more notes on your copy because this is going to be the basis of what you're going to be writing your second major paper on. And that's a big part of your grade, so you want to kind of keep the research going. I'm trying to help you out by giving you some sources to look at and helping you with taking notes on them. So uh, Obama and Trump's announcement speeches, they're linked here. If you haven't made copies of them for yourself and taken notes on them, you should do that. I also have included this document right here, which is where in fifth period we took notes on Obama and Trump speeches together and discussed it a little bit. And I kind of made a copy of that. So this is what that looks like. So if you look at it, you'll see that we went through the piece and I highlighted all the different parts of the speech that we should talk about, and we put what he was trying to say about himself as a leader. So I used the term mask in the first one, that he's trying to be humble and one of the people, but I didn't necessarily use the term mask, but that's the idea. Like this is the thing that he's trying to say about himself, whether it's true or not, it's kind of the mask that he's putting on. So we have that he's a hard worker here. You can kind of slide down. And then we stopped and we talked about some rhetorical devices really quickly. And that was anaphora, repetition at the beginning of successive sentences. It was here, it was here, it was here, that kind of thing. He does that a lot. Obama does. It's like his favorite rhetorical device. And you'll see that throughout. And I've highlighted some different areas about that throughout. So if you slide down this document, you'll see some of the things that we discussed as a class about President Obama and his speaking style. And then at the top, we went back and we decided how could we describe his style of speaking? And what kids said was that he was really formal, that it seemed very planned and organized well, and rhetorical, meaning he was thinking about including devices and things that made people think a certain way. And then inspirational, like his goal to be an inspirational speaker, almost quasi-religious as a speaker. He models his speaking a lot after Martin Luther King Jr. and other Black religious leaders, especially in his use of anaphora and repetition. So you'll see that in his speech, particularly at the end. So it seems extremely well organized and formal and everything like that. And then we slid down to page 6, as they used to say, now for something completely different. We looked at Donald Trump's 2015 announcement speech and did the same thing. So we looked at things like that as some group of people, thousands, there's been no crowd like this. So he wants to show that he is popular, that he is exciting. He's kind of boasting it's a big crowd. And then we get into bad talking other candidates. He shows that he's stronger, that he sweats less, and that he can draw a bigger crowd. And then this one, he's the best, the strongest, the toughest, against other countries. And then he creates a stereotype here that creates an enemy that he can fight or that we can fight as the United States, and we can kind of like come together over common enemy. In this case, immigrants coming from Mexico. So he has that listed there. And then we talked about the military strength and everything like that. So a lot of information in here about like how he's sort of trying to show himself as. We didn't get that far because it's a really long speech, but honestly, after the first couple pages, you can get an understanding of the kind of leader that Trump is modeling himself to be, and also get an understanding of how his rhetorical style differs from Obama's. So at the top, the difference, if we're contrasting the two, where Obama is planned and formal, he is unplanned and informal. It seems like he's speaking extemporaneously or off the cuff all the time. And he tries to be like an exciting entertainer as opposed to an inspirational speaker. Someone in second period said that he kind of gives off a vibe of being like a fake conversation, like he's having a conversation with the audience, which is not true because they don't answer back, but he makes it feel like he's having a conversation with you rather than that he's giving you a speech. Okay. So that took up a lot of time in class going through and looking at different things and discussing it. And I was doing it to help model what I want you to do for homework. So if you look at the class plans, I want you to look at Kennedy's, there's a link, Kennedy's short announcement speech as comparison between the two. And I want you to do the same thing. Think about, why does he say that? What is he trying to set himself up as? And then how would you describe his rhetorical style? Here, just to give you an idea, this is the link to his announcement speech. That's it. You will notice that it is very short in comparison. The other thing that I want you to do is, and what I would suggest is to copy this and put it on a Google Doc and label it, just like the other speeches were, so that you have a copy of notes that you can use. You can actually attach it to the bottom of the Obama and Trump speeches and kind of make notes on that underneath that. Okay, the other thing that I want you to do is to find a fourth speech. And I've given you some of these like guidelines, like pre-2000s, because I want to see like different time periods, or a current presidential candidate, and that can be someone who's no longer in the race, like Democratic nominees or Democratic candidates who dropped out before Biden was selected, or you can look at Biden's. But the other thing that I'm suggesting to you is that you maybe look at the speech of someone who you looked at commercials for. So a lot of people looked at George W. Bush's commercials or Reagan's commercials. So go to Google, type in Ronald Reagan presidential announcement speech or George W. Bush presidential announcement speech, and you should be able to find it either in transcript form or on a YouTube video. You might be able to find that as well, so that you can do the same thing. It's better if it's in a transcript so you can kind of annotate it as well. And that's what I want you to do to prepare for that major paper too. So before we meet next, take a look at those. Find a couple other speeches and gather up these. These are all going to be resources for you to use for your major paper. Okay, I think that's everything that we talked about in class. Oh, we did look at a little video of Obama giving his victory speech at the very beginning and talked about that a little bit too. But we're going to do something like that in class the next time we meet anyway, so you don't have to worry about doing that. Okay, I hope this helps you like feel caught up and like you didn't miss much in class. And I will see you in class either, let's see, the 29th or the 4th. Have a good afternoon, and I hope to see you soon.